Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland, here with the last episode of the year, with of course more to come next year. But we're off here to everything one here in the north. It is Dr. Jekyll and Ausar the Vile, the dynamic duo, fighting for democracy, both with USF, setting out here with the US 45th Interition, tasked by command to clear out this city of German troops, with Symbiosis and Warbringer being their opponents. Here, setting forth with the Göring Fallschirm Panzerdivision, mechanized here out of Symbiosis, Warbringer in fact being the only player not to pick a battle group. Otherwise it's Spec Ops, and it's armored here for Ausar the Vile. In particular being that classic go-to battle group, it is effectively Gut Motor for CoH3. And for those wondering what was that was basically just the battle group nearly all players would pick in CoH2. That's almost like since release too. So double Pioneers, Grenadiers, Panther Pioneers, double Panther Grenadiers versus Scouts, Riflemen, and a single Weasel out there. As always, big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. The generous contributions towards the Propagandacast helps out immensely. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely as well with the YouTube algorithms, you know, raises engagement and all that sort of stuff there. So, MG-42 for Symbiosis, first shots fired. Here's American Scouts hold up in the church to engage the Panzer Pioniere. Those wondering, did the German army not have scouts? It actually did. In fact, most armies had scouts. Even the Soviet army. So, little fun fact there. In fact, the DAK can sort of be said to represent a German armoured reconnaissance scouting force, what with the 250 half-techs and all the armoured cars. So, 250 half-tech all the way for Warbringer. Bikes or jeeps on the way there for Mr. Ausar the Vile. And that sends the German troops, Panzer Grenadiers have been part of that, but actually not really been the main scouts, that actually been the armoured cars. Second half's got out here, fighting on the church continues. You can see there, it's Jekyll switching out the scouts with Ralph Squad. Obviously, much more capable of tying up a large German force without, well, actually doing some damage and absorbing some. But that said, there's obviously going to be harsh limitations to how much longer, you know, this one squad can tie up this large part of the German army. But that said, 280 man, it's like 260 manpower, occupying 600 manpower is pretty good in terms of just pure economic, you know, advantage in a sense. Of course, they're not doing too much damage, but in theory, if like Dr. Jekyll then makes gains elsewhere, it'll pay off. Unfortunately for him in this case, he isn't really, so while certainly looking very impressive from a Hollywood movie perspective, from a pure tactical perspective, it's not really doing too much there for him. There you go, after taking a lot of damage there. We got Panzer Pionier there on the way here for, well, getting reinforced with Mr. Warbringer. Center here, we got Symbiosis pushing forward with his men, the Pioneers equipped with a Flammenwerfer, of course. For a really dense urban map like this, a lot of heavy cover, a lot of buildings, flamethrowers are very good to have. Excellent even. But obviously for Symbiosis, who has flamethrowers as an option right when it's starting units, they're great. You can see that Ausar going for engineer as well. I mean, he's obviously gone for armor, but even then, flamethrowers would be a good addition here to this map. And of course, similarly for Warbringer, who's also going for flamethrowers, because again, they're pretty damn good. And of course, here using Grenadiers to merge with the Pioneers, classic CoH2 thing where the Sods did the same with conscripts and the Engineers. But the Engineers were four-man squads. Panzer Grenadiers continue to fight out here. More American force being brought up here, slowly wearing the Germans down, while the Germans wearing down them. And Ausar the Vile here with a rare air support center choice. Most, of course, preferring Mechanized and more so Infantry support center, air support center. Doesn't see a lot of use, and it does feel like it appears more in team games than, for example, 1v1 matches. Simply because in that regard, it just offers, you know, more room for support, because again, you can have another player in that sense actually picking up some of the slack. So pushing in here, we see that Dr. Jekyll's making more steady progress here against Warbringer. His men forced to give ground there. Orders are being shouted out. Typically orders in this case to withdraw. West side, the Symbiosis making steady progress on Pioneers up here, but he seemed to fall back towards the center himself, having suffered against Ausar the Vile. Was at least so far not going for flamethrowers. Maybe he wants minesweepers just in case. So German initial response has seemingly petered out a bit. Flak 30 there for Symbiosis. The Flieger Abwehrkanon 30, a classic. From there being suppressed. And we got here out of the wild with an actual strafing run there. Flak 30 halfway done. Those got the tech here up as well for Mr. Warbringer, who's still yet to pick a battle group. I mean, in terms of what he's likely to pick, I mean, could be Battlefield Espionage, could be Armored Support. Those are the more likely ones, but still could be Italian Infantry. And not just one Flak 30, but two Flak 30s here out of Symbiosis. A bold and aggressive choice. Also note, he is going for the right-hand side first. He's going to absolutely go for Vespers. They're definitely, unsurprisingly, very popular in team games. Like, there's any sort of, self-propelled artillery that's good, it's going to see usage.
We have vehicles available
In particular, on a more, narrow map with a lot of bottlenecks, which creates a lot of, great targets for artillery. Because typically, where artillery is the best, and when there's a lot of things bunched up in one place. That's why it was so effective during World War I, because people thought, you know what, we really need to bunch up our infantry in these massive attacks. Of course, there's also logic to that, but it also means there's a big logic to the artillery being really effective. So Flak 30 moving forwards here. Second Flak 30 there. Hard Flak here out of Symbiosis. So there's the aircraft. Oh, we're not shooting at aircraft. We're not? And we're shooting at squishier targets. Isn't that, a bit rude? The Germans. We aim for efficiency over politeness. So, moving forwards here. Got the ambulance out as well there for Warbringer, using it to support the front line. Thumbs up to that. American forces continue to fight around the church. I mean, it does form a sort of natural anchor point here for Dr.Jekyll, so it does make sense. And obviously, he goes for any SSF commander who's going to try and just go straight for, say, a whiz-bang. Something else. Certainly a few opportunities here for Dr.Jekyll and also, of course, to make some interesting decisions here. Another... Oh, that's an air reconnaissance move there. Strengthen steel there out of Ausar the Vile. Also worth noting, it's only this Grasshopper they actually model as a reconnaissance aircraft, because the Germans actually had a very similar aircraft, the Fiesler Stork, but these are not that. Oh! That got shot down. Yeah, those Flak 30s are going to pay off big time here for Symbiosis. Meanwhile, American forces pushing forward here, taking some damage, but a broad push here. This is certainly where artillery would be very effective. War machine gun team, Panzer gets cut down there. Warbringer suffering losses. Flak 30s moving in here to rip through the American advancing force, and of course the Americans spotting the ambulance turn, of course, that natural instinct of any American to just destroy it. I can't help it, Sarge. My hands, they're moving on their own. Die, ambulance! Die! Half-track rushing forward, see, going for the Weasel there, Captain doing what he can as well. Panzer guns front in the wake of that. Jaegers being poured out for Symbiosis and the Germans. But there you go, Chaffee, light tank to the rescue. Warbringer, though, living up to his name, does not stop. Continues to bring the war, though. I think he just gets the Panzer Painter before the risk getting wiped out. Greyhound charge as well there. Still, that did have some success there for the Germans. At least for now, they're caused two light vehicles. But again, two Flak 30s and a Panzer escort there could certainly do some damage to these things. And there goes shooting through the side armor of the Chaffee there with a Flak 30, gaining veterancy too. That's definitely paying off big dividends there for Symbiosis. Taking out infantry, aircraft, and even light armor. Flak filling as well there for Warbringer. Of course, more Flak guns. Makes sense. Rifleman on the move here. Weasel still moving about here in one piece for Dr. Jekyll. Worth noting, he still has yet to do more with his battle group, and Warbringer still yet to pick a battle group. He continues to sort of hedge his bets, it seems. Jaegers moving around here with that Panzer Rex, certainly in particular for an urban environment like this. Panzer Rex are bloody fantastic. Again, not a lot of light distance. Again, it's much easier for the Panzer Rex just to get in within effective range without getting shot at. Plus, also more ways to just, like, set up an ambush. Strafing runs going in here. Even got one for Dr. Jekyll. One Flak 30 being pushed back. Where's the other one? Well, it's pointing in the wrong direction as it lacks a turret. It can't, of course, shoot at them. But now we got the Flak thing as well there. So it does become a bit difficult here for the American aircraft to do as much as they want freely, because again, there's going to be a lot of flak guns about here.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Flak 30 there. Oh, he's about to lose the veterans. Yeah, that of course is very good for the Americans.
The victory point is being taken.
So they definitely don't want that to hit high levels of veterancy either. There we go though. Warbringer quick to bring in under operations. Greyhound moving in. You can see the Symbiosis moving to assist as the Americans are descending upon here. Warbringer. Flak 30 decrewed. Chaffee there diving in deep. Really good deep flank here, but Dr. Jekyll. Thumbs up. Beautiful stuff. More traffic takes also a bit of trouble. Grenadiers moving in. Panzerjägers almost got it. Chaffee scores a hit on the mortar half track. Ambulance also down here. German losses are spiraling control here under aggressive American tactics. Second Betsy 2 Flak 30 is about to go down. Another ambulance on the causeway there for Warbringer, not Symbiosis. That's the second Flak 30 decrewed. That is really bad there for Symbiosis. Possibly gets even worse if the Americans run off with it. Actually getting some breach action here. 2 thumbs up. There go Americans making a run there for the Flak 30.
Utility vehicle as requested.
Big infantry push here out of Symbiosis.
Our territory is in enemy hands.
And that went really well with the Americans, really putting some pressure on the Germans and really undermining it. The raft got stuck here. 14 also happens with the breaches actually been around there, I think, since the start of the game. Sometimes the unit gets caught up in the building. Basically, I think someone just gets caught up there, like at the entrance, and it just causes the entire thing to freeze up, and you can't cancel. What you have to do is basically destroy the building and do enough damage that somehow to the building that the animation itself gets cancelled. Sucks when it happens. Had happened to myself several times. Or in this case also, I mean, kill the model that's stuck. In this case it does unfortunately result in a wipe. But yeah. It's one of the many issues with the breach that unfortunately have not been fixed here within, well, now the roughly 2 years since the game was released. Do get some SSF commanders there for Dr. Jekyll tank there for Ausar. Jägersmann with Hellcat and Panther. Got it. Greyhound down, a small win there for Deutschland. We also got the best bout here. And we can see the House of the Wild setting up here, of course, for the Sherman EC-8 and the arrival of Brad Pitt. Jägers inching forwards here with the G-43s and their Panzerschreck. And for those wondering, why does the Panzerschreck have that little shield? It's to protect the USF from the Panzerschreck itself, because basically the Germans reverse engineered bazookas and just made it bigger. Which, for the most part, worked, except the exhaustion gases weren't quite fully ignited like they were in bazookas, so basically a lot of that stuff would get blown into the face of the operator. So initially they had to wear gloves and a gas mask, but they figured out they could just add a little gun shield to protect them from it instead. So, little fun note there. Fuel cache there for Ausar, rifle push reports here, backed up with the commandos, putting pressure on the Germans. Flak 30 again a bit exposed here for Symbiosis. Left side, as usual, seems to be sort of kind of ignored here. Just tends to naturally have its renegades. The left side gets very overlooked, and most of the fighting here focused on the east side. You have a Chaffee again diving in here. Symbiosis, they've definitely punished hard for, well, I'm not expecting that. We've already seen it once here. This Chaffee is doing immense work for Dr. Jekyll. Massive, in fact. He's taking out the flak feeling, the mortar after, and now the Vesper. This has been an absolutely magical Chaffee for Dr. Jekyll. And certainly also highlights you can do with one in the right hand. So thumbs up to Dr. Jekyll there for absolutely just swinging about that Chaffee. And ring day of the Germans. Assault grenades called in here by Warbringer. Pioneers and Trolls and Riflemen, but at least making some progress on the west side, I guess. We got the American Flak 30 here, giving the Germans a bit of a bad day. We've got a flank here, maybe attempting also to get back the Flak 30. We'll have to see if they can succeed. German forces now making progress on several points against the Americans. Chaffee's made all the way back. We got Ausar building multiple caches now, not just fuel but munitions. And Warbringer in does go for espionage. Drop at this point just through the incendiary rounds on the Pak 38s. And other stuff.
We have lost the squad of Panzer Grenadiers.
Panzer grenadiers wiped out again. Another blow there to Warbringer. And the MD-42 gets wiped. Now Symbiosis is definitely losing a lot of support weapons here. And forcing a Warbringer to try and recruit and get it out of there. Can he manage it? We also got another lot here to Dr. Jekyll. And another Vesper there out of Symbiosis. More or less position it. I mean, it literally positions it right next to the previous one, which is close to where the first one got blown up. Yeah. Like, they need to make sure to actually cover it this time around. Otherwise, what's going to happen is just Dr. Jekyll's going to drive in the Chaffee again and knock it out. I mean, we do see the Jaegers here, but some mines around here would be an investment worth its weight in gold, honestly. But honestly, I don't know if, like, a mine of that size made out of gold weigh the same, or actually might weigh less. Anyways, commanders moving in there with the Johnsons out, ripping through the Germans. Got the Pak 38 there ready. Chaffee diving in, needs a smoke grenade done. Unfortunately, it actually helps out the Chaffee as it blocks the line of fire the Pak 38. Ironically enough. Jaegers moving in there. Absolute massive Vesper popping smoke. Crew wipe. And loses another Vesper to this Chaffee. The Chaffee is just unstoppable. And he's going to take out another mortar half-track. This crew absolutely deserves a medal. At this point, it's going to be a posthumous Medal of Honor. Yeah, they took out another ambulance, living the American dream there. They just took that Chaffee, just did so much damage to the Germans. It's bananas. 2 mortar half-tracks, an ambulance, and 2 Vespers, plus a flak-filling half-track. And a dive bomb. Oh, it takes out a Grenadier squad as well. The Germans are getting brutalized here. Devastating hit after hit. Mechanized company there for Warbringer. 3rd Vesper of Symbiosis, apparently thinking, you know what? 3rd time's the charm, especially when we finally took out that damn Chaffee. Like, at this point, I feel like Symbiosis just should have been checked up, get some tanks out, and then go for the Vesper. I think that worked out better for him. Ausar, though, with an ECA on the way.
Command points available.
And of course, sending it right with the others. Honestly, at this point, yeah, Mechanized Send actually makes a ton of sense if he's going for... Yeah, he's going for a cover vehicle. And of course, he kind of ruins it by wrecking the Chaffee. There's clearly a lack of coordination there, I think, between Symbiosis and Warbringer. At least didn't think about it, but yeah. Like, a recovery vehicle is actually going to be pretty good. Like, there's mortar half-tracks, ambulances, flak fillings, and Vespers to recover there. That is pretty good there. That is actually fairly smart, though. Dr. Jekyll there apparently just cancelling the tank depot and going, you know what? I need more Chaffies. Because of course he does. Almost at the weasel there. There we go. Recovery half-track moving in.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
I know it's going to salvage it, recover it, but...
Point under enemy control.
One thing, though, is for sure, they need mines against more Chaffies or any other armor, really. There you go, Vesper shooting right into the American ranks. He is sent a bit fallback in the west. Again, American forces making progress. Okay, fixed up the ambulance. German troops going to fix it. I can't imagine what it's going to be like, you know, both driving in a refurbished ambulance and, you know, sitting in the back of one. Is this safe, guys? Yeah, don't worry, just, keep an eye out for any Americans. Another Chaffee on the way there for Dr. Jekyll. Yeah, this is like the first time in ages I've seen a recovery after they've seen any usage out of the Germans. It's mostly just been recovery tanks. But yeah, I mean, Warbringer is kind of getting some good value out of this. Like, that's already 2 recovered vehicles.
Our enemy has the upper hand.
Battery on the third one. Again, if he gets the Vesper going, that's going to be a lot of firepower there. A lot of resources recovered. Flak faded the wing to fire there. Ah! Symbiosis not paying attention. Symbiosis! Achtung! One small bit of loitering, but there you go. Flak filling half track recovered. Need to get it fixed though before the Lloyd takes out. And there you go. Flak filling clear. Or flak further cleared out there. And the Germans are like really like focused on the small part of the map there. Strafing run inbound. Airburst shells. Easy hit, they're being fixed up. Double Chaffee's lined up. West side here, Grenadiers with the Rounds Riflemen. The Infantry side here for Symbiosis not looking good. I mean, he's just sunk like so many resources into all these Vespers. And again, two of them just gone down without really doing even remotely enough to be worth the cost. There you go, Chaffee's down. This time though, we do have mines. About to lose the flak filling again, but there you go. Chaffee down, Chaffee down. If you can just take out the other Chaffee, it should pay off. In fact, he can just recover it again. And there's the Chafees to recover.
We have surplus munitions to support the war effort.
This is getting a bit weird. Second EC almost done there. You could also, of course, just salvage them for like man-pound fuel. That would certainly wouldn't hurt either. And just back to covering it for the second time. Not blame though the crews for being a bit superstitious, which definitely was a thing during the Second World War.
The enemy have claimed our sector.
Bombing run inbound.
We have command points awaiting assignment.
Never mind, it got shot down as well. US Air Force starting to take some losses here. Starting to take some losses. The fighting is really heavily focused around here. There's just barely anything going on here. It's mostly like skirmishing there from both sides. There you go. Flak feeling fully fixed up for the second time. Not much here going on out of Symbiosis' base. Maybe planning that Panzer Company soon enough. Tanked up again for Dr.Jekyll. Pack fridge being brought forwards. So, will he salvage these? Will he recover them? Will he recover the Vesper? There's certainly be an argument to recover the Vesper. German assault with the Jaegers pushing forwards, backed up with the flank of the German troops under Warbringer's command and a few Grenadiers. Now the aircraft exploding massively there. They get shot down. US Air Force having a bit of a bad day. Like the German Air Force, which typically always has a bad day at this point in the war. Recovery half-tech seems to do not do much. Again, could recover, could salvage. Okay, there you go. Will it be recovery? Will it be salvage? I'd say there's a merit to both here for Warbringer. Also need to get that MG42 back in action.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Got these hits hanging about there. Western victory point falling to the American forces as well here. Okay, recovered it.
The enemy holds all victory.
German Chaffee. Oh,
Oh,
that's just the Vesper back. At least in that sector. That's left. More SSF commanders for Dr. Jekyll. And there you go, Ace Weasel knocked out. West side scouts their moving forward Rifleman and EC it backing up as well. He's going to make things fairly tough for Symbiosis to reclaim. He's also flooding a fair bit of resources, and there you go, Panzer Company finally happening for him. Finally.
A battle group ability has been made available.
Chaffee's fixed up. Now there's just the Vesper if they're sort of registering it, because it's kind of hidden in the shadows, so it's not impossible here. A Warbringer is just not really registering it at this point of the match. Like it just sort of shows it's falling in with the background. Oh, never mind, he's actually going to do it. Thumbs up to Warbringer. Really putting that, you know, recovery half-track to work there, isn't he? Hellcat on the way there for Dr. Jekyll, but good to see the Warbringer is absolutely recycling. You have to remember to sync apart the environment, Jürgen. Shut up, Fritz. How to get out of there? We got strafing on star bombs, destroying the Vesper. Aircraft's getting knocked out of the sky there. US Air Force is taking horrendous losses. These German anti-aircraft guns are just ripping them apart there. More EC8s on the way there for Ausar the Vile. Stars from Symbiosis, thumbs up. Meanwhile, American assault going on here. Jaeger's being hunted down there. Panther Faust here. Got the 80 rounds there, delivering hell. Really bad situation here for Symbiosis. There you go, quick merge. At least get one of the Jaeger squads up to full strength. Need to spread them out, by the way, because being bunched up in front of high explosives means the Shermans just get to do more damage. Basically, more bang for your buck. Which is definitely not what you want to be helping the Americans with under the circumstances. Damaging to the one of the Shermans, 30 seat almost done. In the east side here, German forces pulling forwards here. Slowly moving back here now with all the recovered equipment. Moving in the Chaffee to assist. Yes. American tank crews confused as hell. Wait, why is that shooting at us? I don't know what's going on anymore, sir. This Chaffee just continues to just be an absolute menace now, just in the hands of the Germans. MVP, even beyond the grave. Which it certainly is, I think, the true MVP. Then it was like just ending up being one of the best units that does the most damage on both sides. I mean, this was not like the first one, but still, like, you know, it's a Chaffee. Still counts. Pioneers in trouble with the EC, got 151s, 455. Like, the gap is just massive, in part because, again, the Germans just got so absolutely just bogged down here instead of, like, maybe playing to the rest of the map. Now the Hellcat there for Dr.Jekyll. Bit of mortar fire there out of the mortar half track. Two of them actually out of Warbringer. There's Spec Ops 2. I'm guessing Symbiosis' plan is to go for a Panther here, which, I mean, does fit the bill. American push going in here, Rafton Commanders, Flak filling brought up, Battered 2 there. Assault guns being artillery's called in as well. It's a strafing run. Commandos, though, close being taken out here by the Vesper. But they're almost taking out the Veteran 3 Flak half track. No! They almost get taken out in return again. Oh, this is just going so much back and forth. West side here. Heavy fighting going on here. American forces being held off by Germans. Jaegers pulling in here. Could deliver full volley there on the Sherman EC8 and artillery fire on the American mortar. And we got the German Chaffee on the move again there. Going to get hit with a few bazooka shots there. Another EC8, another Hellcat on the way there. Looks like he's just basically planning to repeat what he did with the Chafees, just with the bigger Hellcats. They just come zooming in and start blasting stuff. Symbiosis, though, getting very, very close to Panther here. Very, very close. Especially, of course, if the Germans were ready for that.
Pack crew is reporting in.
Another pack crew out there for the Germans. Jaeger's going at it. Sherman almost taken out here. In the center, in the middle of the road, the commanders just let loose. Perhaps not the most ideal tactical approach. These other soldiers from Fort's got the Hellcat. He's falling a bit back. Possibly not one to give away what's going on even remotely. Germans making a slow recovery, in part based off a lot of recovered vehicles. Including one recovered Chaffee there. Aircraft just keep getting shot down. Imagine at this point the US Air Force might just start to ask some questions about what's going on here. Like, they're losing so many aircraft at this point. Anyways, Panther is right about down there for Symbiosis. Triple Hellcats laying up for deep flank again. Good use of the terrain here by Dr. Jekyll, actually. 2 thumbs up. Again, bit the difference times I feel like between the Germans and the Americans. Of course, the Germans just don't look for those opportunities, in part they don't really quite have the same units, and of course there's that bit with the Chaffee, but even then, even with the infantry I feel like they're doing more on the sides. Yes. Jaeger's falling back here. Germans still continue to concentrate here south of the church. They just, again, feel like a bit too laser zoned. They now got the Hellcats on the move here. Not the deeper flank I'd like. Goes a bit too shallow here, which could help the Germans out. Flak feeling there, close being knocked out. Ambulance there, next line of target here. More target taking trouble. No mines, I think. One Hellcat, though, goes. Kaboom. Turret goes into space. Panther moving in. Vesper trying to get out of there. But I think there's a good chance. Shot missed here. Recovery have to definitely get out of there. Smoke deployed. He's trying to, like, just quickly pull a Benny Hill on them. Scooby-Doo. Oh, mine goes off there. Another Hellcat down. But even then, the Hellcats have done immense damage. Also, a lot of chaos caused here as all the attention to the Hellcats. Lloyd is out of Dr.Jekyll as the Panther descends upon the Hellcats. There you go. Jaeger score a hit. Now we got the EC8s in the move though. Brad Pitt on the counter-attack. But Jaegers are rhyming with their Panther tricks. They got more than 3 rockets for them. Recovering here. One of the Hellcats, though, unfortunately under fire there, so he has to withdraw there. Might actually lose the recovery half tank. Probably should have gone for one that might have been a bit safer first, but well, yeah, recovery half tank down. Massive blow to the Germans. That one really paid off, I think, big time there for Warbringer. Paid off big. And so, of course, for the Americans, getting rid of it is pretty huge. We actually see Warbringer's actually replacing it. Certainly showing just how much value's gone out of it. So, 2 thumbs up to Warbringer for that. Certainly also makes for a very interesting match. Would also like to imagine Dr. Yo just going to Ausar and Van, well, why aren't you building a recovery tank then? You start recovering some stuff. This definitely turned pretty sour for the Germans, I think. In particular for Warbringer, his forces are now in a very bad state. He's actually going for the Panzer Company, having given up his plans of the recovering stuff now. Entirely blame him for that. $142 versus 366. Another EC there for Ausar the Vile. And the United States Army here. Another Hellcat for Dr. Jekyll. Panther on the move there for Symbiosis. I would not be surprised if he also goes for another Panther here, honestly. Though an assault among force, but taking here, including from the Ace SSF commanders, is definitely a good reason to get them out there fast. Second commander squad achieving Retchie 2 now. Bit of Mortivar here, but it's looking still pretty rough there for Warbringer. Him feeding in his men like one at a time, he makes it much easier for Dr. Jekyll just to force them back there with some well-placed shots. In the west side, Panther moving forwards, EC8 blasting back here with the 76mm shells there. Symbiosis can soon go for another Panther. We got Warbringer in now with armored reserves being brought up. I suppose he could be trying to up for a Tiger tank, but I think at this time
we have Tiger heavy tanks available to us.
It might be a bit of a tall order. Particularly with the Allies, you know, having now significantly larger forces and holding a victory point lead. There we go now, the Panther Symbiosis. It does appear like Warbringer is just going to hold out for a Tiger tank. Please try to. Of course, with that many EC8s and Hellcats out, just trying to call in to Panther would also, I think, be not too ideal. And even double Stooks would struggle a bit, but in some regards, it might be the better option in some respects. We'll have to see, of course. The way it's not going to be easier for Warbringer no matter what. And lost his assault bridge. He's gone down to very little infantry now. Very little left here is, of course, very good for the Allies who just keep pouring in. And they got multiple riflemen. In fact, we got Ausar the Vile here with 5 squads of riflemen. Got an SSF commander squad. That is a pretty good hit there out of the Germans. In fact, almost had the second squad as well there. Close call. Oh, Malik can still get it. Yes! Both SSF commander squads down, but to back up with, there is 3 EC8s backed up by then, you know, 3 Hellcats. Jaegers, Panthers doing their best to fight back. More EC8s or Hellcats on the way there. Jaegers being overcome, almost wiped out here. Mechanized assault activated here out of Symbiosis. EC's timing him, got the HVAC round. See, just not enough firepower to match the sheer numbers being unleashed here. I mean, there's so many Hellcats and so many EC8s. Like, the difference in damage is just astronomical. Like, it's a chasm here that just the 2 Panthers have no way of bridging without the Panther to support. And even then, yeah. But it needed support as well from the teammates, like, just, you know, slow things down a bit. But it just wasn't there. So, nasty back and forth again. I think the Germans got a bit too focused on a small patch of the map. Could have played more to the left side again, trying to like outmaneuver the Allies more. And of course, should have taken more like precaution to, you know, secure against that first Chaffee. And I think Symbiosis also overcommitted like into all those Vespers. I mean, they're definitely handy, but I don't think he should have gone for that many Vespers when he needed more tanks and just more other things like push and map control. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Engine. Cheers, and hoping you all get well into the new year. Cheers, everyone.